A very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the UBC Lunchtime News this 30th day of September 2023 with I, Wadulo Mark Arnold. And without further ado, let's get straight into the bulletin with some fresh stories. Now, to start off, Uganda and Tanzania have signed a 15-year mutual agreement worth 71.7 billion shillings for the integration of the Tanzanian ICT broadband backbone with the Uganda national ICT backbone infrastructure. This event took place earlier in Dar es Salaam that was witnessed by Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, the Minister of ICT, and the Tanzania Minister of Information and Technology, Nape Nanye. The initiative is aimed at boosting the telecommunications own sector and increase employment while connecting African countries.
It serves as the backbone upon which all our digital services and communication networks depend. In an era where the information and communication technology is transforming the way we live, work, and do business, a robust and reliable ICT infrastructure is essential for the growth and prosperity of our nations. Today, we gather here to reaffirm our commitment to the development and sharing of this critical infrastructure. The bilateral memorandum of understanding that has just been signed between Uganda and Tanzania in conjunction with the Tanzania Telecommunications Corporation, TTCL, and the National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITAU, symbolizes our dedication to realizing a common vision, a vision where our nations collaborate to build a robust and resilient national ICT backbone that will not only connect our citizens, but also bridge the digital divide, boost innovation, and stimulate economic growth.
I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to my brother, Honorable Minister Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, and your delegation for accepting the invitation to join us in this important event that strengthens and promotes the use of information and communication technology between Tanzania and Uganda and across the entire East African Community region.
With this initiative, our presidents, the President of the Republic of Tanzania and the President of the Republic of Uganda, met and brought us together as an agency, the agency in charge of information and communication in Uganda and Tanzania, to see how we can bridge that gap, that digital divide between the two countries. And one of the initiatives, activities that were proposed was to connect our backbone, our national backbone infrastructure, to the Tanzanian backbone. And I'm happy and glad to say that that has been achieved. Thank you.
Uganda mnaweza mkaitumia Tanzania kama your first choice pale mnapohitaji kuongeza capacity muda wote. It is our commitment to ensure that national ICT backbone becomes your first choice when you want to upgrade capacity and when you are making all the decisions in terms of upgrade of the capacity.
Congratulations to Uganda and Tanzania for that milestone achieved. We've been following it closely all throughout the year. Now, residents of Twekolera village in Wakiso district have also disrupted enactment of a telecommunication mast that's being erected by America Tower Corporation. The residents believe that the mast will cause miscarriages and cancer, as Saddam Mobile reports.
In Twekolera village, Masikiti zone, Kasangati town council, Wakiso district, as residents staged a protest against the erection of a telecommunication mast in their community. The objections are primarily based on health and environmental concerns.
People are complaining. They don't listen. They end up bringing police. They bring security. This is not a matter for police. This is not a matter for the army. There are places they have taken the army. Why do you do that? When you can sit down with the people in the community and agree with them on the way forward. So these forceful methods have made us people of this community to say no to the construction of a mast here.
Ensonga etulese wano ya mulongooti. Baagala otuzimbira omulongooti naye ffe tetugwagala. Omulongooti gwa bulabe eri abantu.
So my plea is, we don't want a mast here because it is going to be surrounded by residentials, houses, children, schools. A school is here. How
systems are coming closer to the public for seamless connectivity, because we're no longer connecting only mobile phones. We are connecting cars, we are connecting transport systems, we are connecting banking systems.
The discontent among the residents were there for all to see as they expressed their frustration.
Ya mlongoti guno gubataddeko tetugwagala kuba tetugwagalira ddala kireeta obulabe.
Residents claimed that they were never consulted about this development, which they believe will significantly impact their lives. One particular case is that of an expectant mother who fears for unborn child's safety should the mast be erected in their vicinity.
Obuzibu bwa mulongooti batusomesa ne batugamba abakazi abamu tugenda vaamu embuto zaffe. Kati nze olubuto lukyalina luto, tandika butandisa okuzaala, baagala ngana okufuna ku mwana.
obulamu bwange butoola omulongooti, obulamu bwange butoolebwako nnyo. Nava mu kibuga nenzija wano mu kyalo. Kakati ati uno matanso tuyimbirira. Nze saagala sigusemba. Saagalira ddala mulongooti. Ngandayira okufa nga ndi mukafiiri. Nze nasuna Janati Nambawa.
To address these serious allegations, we sought for expert medical opinion and visited the Mulago National Referral Hospital.
That there has not been any research evidence confirming that telephone masts can lead to cancer, can lead to heart disease, can lead to miscarriage, can lead to any healthy problem. Telephone masts emit radio frequency waves, radio frequency radiation. Now this is a type of radiation that is actually considered a very, not considered, but is indeed a very low energy radiation. It's so low to the extent that it's lower than the light we are able to see.
Dr. Noleb Mugisha provided a medical perspective dispelling the notion.
That is a story that we'll be comprehensively sharing with you tonight. Now, in more news, there was a bitter exchange of words between the resident district commissioner of Ruchiga, Fred Nayebare, and one Mary Kabahingire over allegations of land grabbing. The bitter exchange of words occurred during a security meeting that had been called to address concerns arising from suspected land grabbing in Kamwezi sub-county, Ruchiga district. Details in this report.
Security committee. That is the number question. That one is finished case.
A bitter exchange of words ensued between the resident district commissioner of Rukiga, Fred Nayebare, and one Mary Kabahigire over allegations of land grabbing. The two accused each other of engaging armed Congolese nationals to cause insecurity in Rukiga district.
I just forgiving you. When the police is not aware, when the LOC is not aware, now we are going to arrest them and you go and hang.
Mary Kibahigire is accused of encroaching on approximately 60 acres of land belonging to the locals, participating in the destruction of property and making illegal evictions. She's also accused of allegedly hiring refugees as casual laborers without the consent of local leaders, something that caused insecurity in the area.
They are violent against the villagers. It has been reported here. Number 3,
Kabahigire accused the local secretary for failing to protect her despite alleged murder attempts by some community members.
Talk about my attackers. My attackers are land grabbers. Nibarwana munonga kuiha bakozi ahita karyanje.
She says her workers are legitimate, registered and approved by the office of the Prime Minister. The exchange escalated when the RDC advised Kabahigire not to engage security in such unlawful operations.
That is number 1.
I bonded them. Police saw their identity.
The Presidential Advisor on Resident District Commissioners, Major Martha Asimwe, emphasized the enforcement of the Land Act to ensure residents full access to their land.
Must be access to people's woodlots,
Yes.
which are the trees, which I am seeing being burnt.
By press time, authorities had embarked on the process of verifying the identification details of all Kabahigire's workers.
Papa wamwiha Roma.
In more news, Uganda joins the rest of the world to commemorate World Contraception Day, aimed at improving access and utilization of contraception as an essential health service. The national celebrations will be held at Chenjejo District under the theme Breaking Barriers and Embracing Choices for Youth. Chenjejo District was chosen due to the fact that Rwenzori region recorded the highest prevalence of teenage pregnancy, with about 11,600 cases. The Director, Curative Services at the Ministry of Health, Olaro Charles, says that improved access to low-cost contraception and its uptake through family planning programs has reduced high-risk pregnancies, maternal and child mortality.
The commemoration is going to achieve an increased awareness for the use of contraception, especially amongst vulnerable youth in the region of Rwenzori, but most important also at the national level. The barriers hindering the use of contraceptives in this country are quite many. Although the ministry has put in place the necessary structures and services to ensure that contraceptive use is universally available to everyone in need of it, there still exists practices, attitudes, and some structural barriers. Most importantly, we still have myths and misconceptions in the communities where people are peddling misinformation about contraceptive use. But most importantly also, we have negative peer-to-peer influences, which again alludes to misinformation. We have a low male involvement in the use of contraceptives, whereby many couples, especially the men, disapprove of their wives or partners from using modern contraceptives. But also we have challenges sometimes with cultural and religious institutions that have reservations about using modern contraception. And with this, the Ministry of Health is prioritizing social behavior change and communication as one of the best strategies to breaking these barriers, especially through the provision of age-appropriate information to the population as well as services. Yes, according to the most recent statistics from the Uganda Demographics Health Survey of 2022, we've improved our modern contraceptive prevalence rate from 30.4% to 38%, which is commendable. This is in line with our family planning 2030 commitments of attaining a 50% modern contraceptive prevalence rate.
And in more news, the Prime Minister, Robina Nabbanja, has affirmed government's commitment to support the Uganda Heart Institute to set up a state-of-the-art heart institute for the diagnosis of cardiovascular diseases. This was under her speech read by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Dorcas Okalanyi, during the commemoration of World Heart Day under the theme, Use Heart, No Heart. Let's take a look at the details.
A major health threat, where 1 in every 4 adults is a victim, whereas 1.6 million babies born in Uganda annually, 16,000 have heart defects. The Executive Director, Uganda Heart Institute, Dr. John Omagino, attributes this prevalence to sedentary lifestyles and poor eating habits.
Cardiovascular diseases are basically preventable because they are caused by lifestyle changes, where as a human being, we fail to balance what we eat with what we burn, because the only way to get nutrition which is necessary for your body is by eating food which must be healthy food. Lifestyle diseases. We are getting these ones through our lifestyle. Man is meant to be active like a fiddle all through life. You must get your food by gathering and not by via the supermarket.
Dr. Omagino is advocating for policies that government should pass aimed at reducing the burden of cardiovascular diseases among institutions.
All our institutions where our children are, whether it is nursery, primary, senior secondary, university, training colleges, and all those government, all those public institutions where our children are, nobody should be given a certificate to operate any of those institutions unless he can show space for physical exercise.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Dorcas Okalan, represented the Prime Minister and reiterated government's position to support the institute to get its own home and reduce on referrals abroad.
The government of Uganda and His Excellency the President are committed to expanding the Uganda Heart Institute services and improving the access to cardiovascular care for all Ugandans. The signing of the financing agreement for the construction and equipping of the Uganda Heart Institute infrastructure development marks the pivotal moment of our effort.
Cardiovascular diseases can easily be prevented rather than treated. Dr. Henry Mwebesa, the Director General Health Services at the Ministry of Health, advises Ugandans to go for early screening and diagnosis of heart diseases.
As the Ministry of Health, we are emphasizing that we need to prevent these conditions before we develop complications. Stop smoking, stop drugs, but also early going for checkup for early diagnosis and treatment.
Dr. Omagino highlighted on the progress of the construction of the Heart Institute.
The land is all ours. We have the land title, all the encumbrances are solved, and now we are dancing on our on our land. The titles and the rest of the things, those ones have been sorted out.
The World Heart Day was set aside to increase public awareness of cardiovascular diseases, including their prevention and global impact. Mary Namkose, Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
Iganga Municipal Council Tailoring Sacco Emyoga project members are calling for government support to boost local businesses that have thrived under the Emyoga program. And as we hear from our reporter Ivan Kawa, the Sacco has disbursed over 100 million shillings in loans to its members and repaid 50 million from the revolving fund to the government. Details in this report.
Iganga Municipal Council Constituency Tailoring Sacco is one of the most successful savings and credit cooperatives in the district, boasting 305 members. The Sacco initially started with a capital of 5 million Uganda shillings from the Microfinance Support Center with only 10 members. However, the government provided additional support with 30 million shillings through the Emyoga initiative.
The 5 million we received had a 5% monthly interest rate, while Emyoga offered an 8% annual rate. Opting for government financing was the wisest choice, sparing us from the high interest charges imposed by banks.
This money was used to procure 35 sewing machines, which were used to train members in tailoring.
In June 2022, as a result of our strong performance, the government provided us with an additional 20 million as seed capital, significantly fueling the growth of our business.
Each member now contributes 50,000 shillings to support exhibitions where products are sold, further enhancing the business. This has also enabled them to tap into other small enterprises to expand their operations.
On certain days when customers did not make purchases, we turned to value addition by crafting items such as necklaces, table mats, baskets and more. These products found a promising market in South Africa. In April of this year, we even received orders from South Africa through our networking efforts and we're now actively producing these items for export.
Ifo tuluka butebe matisi mu budanka abatunga ebiteeteeyi kale ku Saturday tuba wano busy twaba ntukola.
We specialize in crafting table mats and dresses, and every Saturday our workspace is bustling with activity. However, we face a unique challenge related to the availability of soda bottle tops, which are essential for our designs. This scarcity has arisen due to increased plastic bottle consumption, prompting us to purchase bottle tops to meet our production needs.
Florence Maganda, the chairperson of Iganga Municipal Council Tailoring Circle, urges the government to support such vibrant enterprises, which can serve as catalysts to enhance other sectors at the regional level.
In the Busoga region, hosting exhibitions that draw visitors from other regions presents an opportunity for economic growth. Local catering businesses can benefit by sourcing produce for meal preparation, and the hospitality sector can thrive by accommodating guests. It's disheartening to see money leaving our country for foreign markets when through initiatives like Emuga, we have the potential to organize exhibitions that could attract international visitors and keep those funds within our economy.
This specific circle has already repaid the government revolving fund and has loaned out close to 104 million shillings to its members. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Iganga Municipality.
Thank you, Ivan Kawa in Iganga Municipality. We now take a short commercial break and be back with more news. Please do stay tuned.
Water, please. Can I pay with Momo? No. Hey, can I pay with Momo?
Here's our merchant
code. Very good.
7 maker?
20. Can I pay with Momo?
Unfortunately, no.
Baby, let's go.
When paying with MTN Momo comes with more benefits for everyone, it just doesn't make sense not to have it.
Hello, I've come for rent.
Can I pay with Momo?
Yes, you can.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Juko.
Yo.
What you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
What's the best kind of business to invest in? One that connects Ugandans border to border with a high-speed broadband 4G and is the first to launch 5G? What about one of the largest corporate income taxpayers in our country? Oh, the fastest growing telecom in the last 5 years. Wow! Well, here's a chance to invest in it all. Take part in Airtel's initial public offering today for as little as 100 Ugandan shillings per share. Remember, A retail investor gets 5 incentive shares for every 100 they buy and 6 incentive shares if they purchase using Airtel Money. Dial star 185 star 85 hash now to get started.
The 9th of October is a special day in Uganda. We remember our past, celebrate our present, and dream of a brighter future. It is a day to celebrate independence with pride and confidence. The 61st Independence Day celebrations under the theme Sustaining a United and Progressive Nation, Taking Charge of Our Future as a Nation, will take place in Kitgum District on Monday, 9th October 2023.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge.
Tuli Gulu City tujja kutuuka buli wamu gobosaaga.
Tuze kulaba ba merchant bafaba ab'omugaso ennyo gye tuli abakozesa merchant codes zaffe.
I'm very excited right now.
Very excited.
Yes, you people can't see but I'm very excited.
Kakati wano eggulu tulinawo merchant waffe omu wa Paula restaurant.
When I heard of this promotion, I didn't even think it was true. But I told my clients, if you have Momo, it's better you pay with Momo.
In the morning, I was so scared, but now my temperature is coming down because I've seen you people when you came home. I'm encouraging people, always when there's opportunity for something, participate.
Si byabagagga era abantu baffe betuwadde epikipiki nga-13 eziise bantu baffe ba bulijjo era munnayuganda amanye nti kino ekintu kyaffe ffenna.
Use the Momo app or dial star 165 star 3 hash.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of our lunchtime news, this 30th day of September 2023. Thank you for being a lovely audience. With me, Wadulo Mark Arnold from the team. We must say have a lovely afternoon.
Honorable Tezira Jamwa, with deep sorrow, announces the sudden death of her granddaughter Tezira Cheng Jamwa, which occurred on Friday 29th September 2023. Burial will take place at Taojok, Nagongera Town Council, Tororo District, starting at 10 a.m. Informed are Honorable Chris Badiomonsi, Minister of ICT, Chairperson UBC Board, Board members and management, Honorable both Minister of State for Defence, Members of Parliament from Tororo District, Kwara Dola and his cabinet, ONET and 40 members